this is part 2 of my Italy travel series. If you haven't seen part 1, please go back to watch my M Explores Como, Italy. That was our first stop on the trip, and our second stop was Milan, so I'm excited to show you all the cool things we got to see while we were here. One of my favorite parts about going to Milan during this time was that it was around the time that The Devil Wears Prada 2 was getting released in theaters, and part of the film is filmed here, so you'll see that later in the video, but I thought that was the coolest part about Milan. I also thought some of the Olympic things that were still out were also really cool, so that's also later in the video. The first thing we did when we got to Milan was go to the Sforza Castle. It was really cool. It's this medieval fortress. It actually paired really well with something that we had done earlier this day. So I'm going to make a separate video about some things that we had done in Italy that were kind of random. Like we went to a farm, we went to a pasta making factory, things like that. So I'm going to make a separate video about that. But the farm that we had went to the building used to be owned by some of the kings of Milan. So I thought doing that in the morning and then coming here was really nice. It was a nice pairing to learn about all the history. I'll explain some more of the history in that other video. But yeah, we went to this castle first, and I thought it was really cool to start off with some of the more ancient history before we went into the city of Milan, which obviously is known for fashion and it's just much more modern. So yeah. After leaving the castle, we walked by this museum. It is called the Pinacoteca di Brera. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but we walked by there. We got to see some art on the outside, which was cool. We then entered the Piazza della Scala. This is one of the many squares in Italy that's pedestrian friendly. You get to walk around. There's a Leonardo da Vinci statue there, which was cool. I took some pictures in front of, and you can also see that there's some Olympic symbols still there as well. So I also took some pictures near that. Milan had hosted the Winter Olympics of this year, 2026, so that's why you can still see some stuff. Even though when I went to Paris in 2025, they still had the Olympic symbol on the Eiffel Tower as well, so Paris had hosted the 2024 Summer Olympics. We then headed to the Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II. This is one of the film locations for The Devil Wears Prada 2. It's a scene with Meryl Streep alone in that little plaza, and it's really cool. A very cinematic shot. One of my favorite things here are these murals that represented the 4 continents: America, Europe, Africa, and Asia. After we walked through there, we got to the Duomo of Milan. There was actually a protest going on for farmers, so it was really packed. You probably saw from my little intro video how loud it was there. This ended our guided tour of Milan, so then we had some free time. I didn't have enough time to do this, but there is the Last Supper painting here in Milan. It was, so busy because the protests. I actually forget if they had that area closed off. But regardless, I didn't have enough time to buy the tickets in advance anyway. But if I was to go back here, I would definitely go see that. I suggest if you're visiting here, do that. That's definitely one of the paintings I want to see at some point, so I hope I can go back. Instead, for our free time, we decided to go into this mall, and if you go up all the floors, there's a lot of escalators. You can see a little view of the Duomo from above, so that was cool. There was all this Devil Wears Prada advertisements, which was also fun to see. As recommended by our tour guide, we went and got a panzerotti. So good. It was like this cheese-filled dough. It was like fried dough. It was so good. They had so many options. They had flavorful ones, sweet ones. So good. Another suggestion for a good view of the Duomo was actually going into a McDonald's. Some of the kids told me this. So if you go through this McDonald's here and get to the top, you get a nice little view of the Duomo. We ended our time in Milan by going to this restaurant. We had a pesto pasta that was very al dente. I didn't love that. It was like really, really al dente, the most al dente pasta we had on the trip. But regardless, it was fun. We had tiramisu again. We had tiramisu a lot on this trip. Thank you for watching this video of M Explores Milan, and stay tuned for the next one in my Italy travel series. Please comment on what your favorite part of Milan was and what you would like to see the most if you were to visit.